When we think about financial genius, the image that pops up is usually like Wall Street, right? Skyscrapers, massive portfolios.
Yeah, the titans of industry, the super wealthy, that's the standard picture.
Exactly. But what if? What if that common idea is actually, well, completely upside down?
Uh-huh.
What if the people who have the least amount of money actually understand the most about how it really works day to day?
Interesting.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that idea. Let's call it the unseen financial genius of the poor.
And it's not just, a nice thought. This really comes straight from reality. When you don't have much buffer, every single coin counts.
Right.
Every decision is critical. There's just absolutely no room for waste for financial slip-ups.
So that constant pressure,
Yeah,
it must breed a very specific kind of understanding.
it does. It cultivates this really deep, profoundly practical knowledge of money that, frankly, most people never need to develop. It's like financial literacy forged in fire.
That makes sense. Immediate consequences for every choice. Can you give us a feel for what that looks like beyond just making do?
Oh, absolutely. It's way beyond just scrimping. The research shows it's a whole set of really sophisticated skills.
Like what?
Well, things like learning to stretch money until it screams, as one source put it rather vividly,
Wow.
which means really understanding every single possible use for every cent you have and prioritizing needs over wants with almost ruthless precision.
Because you have to.
Exactly. You have to know what's truly essential versus what's just nice to have, because that choice might affect whether you eat tomorrow. And then there's this mastery of timing.
Timing? How so?
Not like stock market timing. It's knowing exactly when the local market prices for vegetables will drop, or which neighbor might trade services instead of demanding cash right now.
Ah, okay. Very micro level.
It's borrowing only when it's absolutely unavoidable. And maybe the most important part, never, ever trusting money until it's physically in your hand.
That's a powerful lesson. Liquidity is real.
It really is. It's something high finance sometimes forgets, doesn't it? This concrete reality of cash flow.
That intuitive grasp seems worlds away from abstract financial models. How does this sort of ground level skill compare globally?
Well, what's really striking is how people living in poverty, especially, say, in the developing world, live by these financial survival principles that many wealthy individuals, even finance pros, just never encounter directly.
Right.
They understand cash flow intimately, not as a spreadsheet column, but as the actual pulse of their daily survival.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about a street vendor. Maybe someone making just $5 a day. They might not know the term microeconomics, but believe me, they are living it.
Oh, so?
Supply, demand, price elasticity, managing risk. They're doing it with every single sale, every purchase of raw materials. Their survival literally depends on flipping today's tiny earnings into tomorrow's meal.
Turning $5 today into maybe $5.50 tomorrow just to eat and start again.
Precisely. Maybe buying raw ingredients cheap in the morning, selling prepared snacks in the afternoon. They understand market fluctuations on an hourly basis sometimes, and they're masters at managing risk, finding ways to, diversify, maybe selling different things at different times, or building these informal credit networks based on trust.
It's amazing ingenuity born from necessity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And finding ways to outsmart daily risk is just part of the skill set.
Yeah, it really does flip the script when you contrast that intense financial focus with what can happen at the other end. Wealthy individuals often have the cushion to make big mistakes, maybe spend impulsively on trends, or invest without really digging deep.
Which, ironically, can sometimes lead to much bigger losses proportionally than the small margins the poor are managing so carefully.
Right. And just to be really clear here, this isn't about saying rich is bad or poor is good. Not at all.
No, absolutely not.
It's more about acknowledging what the research consistently points to. That raw experience, especially under pressure, breeds a unique kind of wisdom.
Exactly. Experience is the toughest teacher, you could say.
So wrapping this up, the core insight from this deep dive seems to be that a true gut-level understanding of money often comes directly from the grind.
Yeah, from the daily necessity of making every penny count.
The most profound financial lessons aren't always in the MBA programs or, the Wall Street Journal. They're often mastered by those with the very least. So maybe the next time you see a vendor carefully counting out change or a mother at the market meticulously planning purchases, pause for a second.
Yeah. Don't just see the lack. Look closer.
You might just spot that silent financial genius at work, honed by survival itself.
Which really leads to a final thought, a question for you listening right now. What unique, maybe invaluable financial wisdom might you be overlooking? Perhaps in unexpected corners of your own community, simply because it wasn't born from luxury or formal training, but out of pure necessity.